Hi guys, welcome to today's first ever Q&A advice video, and I'm very excited. I asked you guys to submit your questions to me of any advice that you may need or guidance about certain things, and a few of you sent in your comments and questions. So in today's video I'll be responding to those questions, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys see me looking down, it's because I'm reading the comments of my laptop. Oh, okay. Anyways, the first question is from Misty's Mysterious Art, and she asks how to love yourself. So, first thing you have to ask yourself is, why not love yourself? What is it that is stopping you from loving yourself? Is it your own insecurity? Is it fear? Is it I don't know, other people's judgment, other people's opinion about you that is stopping you from loving yourself? What is it that is stopping you from loving yourself? And when you determine what it is that is stopping you from loving yourself, try to work on those things. So for example, if it's your own insecurities, like you tend to get into your own head a lot, try not to do that. Try to see the positive in the negative circumstances. So if, I don't know, you watch something on TV or you watch someone on Instagram and you're like, oh my gosh, this person is so pretty and their hair is so nice and their eyes are so this and I am just so whatever, try to start to look at the things that you love about yourself. So that person may have pretty hair, but you might have pretty eyes. Or that person might have a pretty face, but you have a good heart. So when you start to look at all the things that make you a good person and the characteristics that are great about you, and you recognize that and acknowledge that for what it is, you're going to truly love yourself. And loving yourself is, it's easier said than done, because people are like, what do you mean you don't love yourself? Blah, blah. Sometimes it's hard to love yourself, and it's something that I've struggled with growing up. And the thing about it is not that someone told me that I was ugly, or it was that someone told me that I wasn't good enough, but it was me putting like pressure on myself to be perfect and to be the best thing that I could be, and the best person that I could be, and the prettiest that I could be. And it's also stemmed from also watching like what the media portrays, and this is why the media could be so dangerous, because I grew up watching the media, and you see all these pretty models or whatever, this idea in your head of what beauty is supposed to look like. And I think we need to retrain our minds that beauty is not one size fits all, or it's this one thing is perfect. Beauty comes in many different shades, hair textures, colors. And once I started to realize that, I felt better about myself. Let's move on. Stephanie Rivera asks, do you ever think of ideas but don't end up filming them? This happens to me all the time. Last week, I think it was last week, yeah, actually last week I recorded 2 covers, and I just didn't like it. Didn't like how I was sounding, didn't like my camera presence. Recording the covers, I just didn't like it altogether. When I edited, I just didn't like it overall, so I didn't upload it. And yeah, so that happens to me all the time. Angela Boss asks, what is the most difficult part on having a YouTube channel? The most difficult part about having a YouTube channel is sometimes the energy and effort that you put out is not always reciprocated. So like, I might spend, I don't know, my beauty videos take up majority of the time compared to like my music covers, etc. So I could spend like 2 hours, well not really 2 hours, maybe an hour at most. And I know that's good, because compared to some people spend hours in the day, but I might spend about an hour and a half editing like a makeup tutorial or beauty video, and it would not get the amount of views you'd expect it to get or would hope for it to get. And sometimes that could be discouraging, but you just have to remember that the why behind it, the reason you're doing this, and things would eventually get better, and you'll eventually reach your goal. If you have some YouTube goals, you'll eventually reach it. Just don't give up. Next question is from Phoebe Room, and she says, she asks, how do you stay motivated? And this is something that I've struggled with, still struggle with up to this day. If you recognize that you're doing the best that you can, and once you know that you're doing the best that you can, I think the motivation will be there. In terms of motivation, you have to remember not to compare yourself to others. Keep your eyes on the prize. What is it you want to achieve in the end? Why? Have that why. What is your end goal? What is the reason you're doing this? Is your reason valid? Is this goal attainable? And once you answer all these questions and you know the why behind you doing something, and you just keep that in the back of your mind, you know, when you get discouraged, then you will stay motivated. No matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it is, you will stay motivated at the end of the day. So I hope that answers your question. Katie King asks how to deal with toxic people. So the first thing I say is you don't deal with toxic people at all. What you do is distance yourself. You don't want that bad energy. You don't want that bad karma. You don't want those problems, because we already have our own issues. You just don't want that negativity and toxicity around you. So my answer to you is you don't deal with them at all. You just distance yourself and move on. It may be hard, it may be difficult, but move along. Katie Bay says how to care less of what people think. First of all, what people think does not define you. It does not define your personality, your characteristics, you as a person. It doesn't define any of it. You have to realize what people think of you or what they don't think of you is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. And you have to also remember that even if you were to care what people think, what benefit is that to you? You're just going to be worrying and trying to live up to their expectations and their validation of you, and that is so draining. Always living to get other people's validation is so draining, and it's so toxic. And when you get into that habit of trying to live up to everyone's expectations and validation, it gets very exhausting. And trust me, I know what it's like to always try to be validated, especially as a teenager growing up, and especially as a teenager entering into university. You just always want validation from your peers, from, you know, just everybody. So my answer to you is the first step to care less is to actually not care at all. So once you don't care about what others think of you, and you don't let that define who you are as a person, and you just focus on what do I think of myself and how I want to live my life, and that, you know, is pleasing to God, of course, but also what do I want to accomplish, and you keep your eyes on that and what kind of person do you want to be. Once you keep your focus on that, what people think of you will just fly out the window. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this advice Q&A helpful, and yeah, thank you guys again. Please watch my other videos if you haven't watched it. Watch my makeup 24-hour quarantine makeup video, and also please watch I also have the coldest water ad up on my channel. If you don't know what the coldest water is, check out the ad. If you want to purchase, click my referral link, because when you do click my referral link, I get a very, very small commission, and trust me, it's very, very small. A very, very small commission for your purchase if you purchase any of the coldest water products. Also, check out my covers. If you haven't heard covers on my channel, the car is passing outside. Anyways, if you haven't checked out any of my covers, be sure to check out one. I have done a lot of Selena Gomez covers on my channel, just check it out. Check out at least one cover, because that's what my channel is mainly supposed to be about. Thank you guys so much for watching and watching me blabber all throughout this video, and be sure to thumbs up, subscribe, and like and comment. Bye guys.